I came home and it was a totally different world. You have to understand, I went away before cell phone. I went away before the World Wide Web. They was just coming out with the phone. They had those big Motorola ones that looked like an electric razor. The charge only lasts for about 2 hours. So I missed a lot of things, but while I was there, I got myself free. You know, when you're in the midst of like changing, or when you're in the midst of something, like when you're in the picture, you know what I mean? And in prison, I was inside of the picture, so I wasn't always sure about everything that was going on, about what's going to happen. Only thing that I was sure about is what had happened. But my mental mind state when I'm going to prison is just like anybody else's mental mind state is going into prison. Safety, one, personal safety. 2, survival. Right? 3 is just doing the job on time. You know? And when you're looking at 24 calendars, how you do that?
Base.
It takes a bit of that. But how do you do 24 calendars? Hold up. So I can ask you all your ages, right? But then I can ask you, how did you get there? How did you get your age?
So you can this back on and tell them the Lord is
One thing you also sure what happened. Right? What's going to happen tomorrow? Okay, if you sling a dope right now, right, what are the chances of happening to you tomorrow? You smoke a dope right now, what are the chances of happening to you tomorrow?
You paralyzed.
Okay, you ain't smoke a dope, you ain't get clean, you're sober, but you ain't got a job. Right? And you got a daughter. What do you do? The only thing you a bag, I'm talking about. Woo! It is a bag. You can't.
How you doing? Yeah, good to see you. You go first. Yeah. Okay.
Can't.
You mind money.
Right, everything will be right. Okay, what happens when you don't take that test?
You just gotta go. You just gotta move slower and think about how you want to work your path and do your journey.
Nothing happens when you don't take it. Don't move. Don't let
You ain't in jail, right? Nothing changed. And that particular instance. But you ain't in jail. You ain't looking behind you for the police. You ain't worried about your homie robbing you. One that you thought was wrong, robbing you, set you up. And while you gone, he gets your girl and raises you. See, these are things that we don't think about when we're in that pressure point. We're in that point of pressure. We don't think about, if I do this, all of this is going to open up. If I don't do this, a lot of other things open up. It's just not that. A lot of other things open up that we're just not aware of what those things are. See, Pop told me this one thing. He told me, he said, there's 3 things that you can do in life. Recognize trends. You know what happens when you pick up a sack? You can imagine what's going to happen. You get rich, get addicted, or die, or go to prison, right? You can imagine that. But we don't ever imagine what it's like not to pick up the sack. When we do, we say to ourselves, I'm just gonna be broke, I'm just gonna be poor, so on and so forth. I'm not gonna be, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be a thing like this, right? And we get in that place where we just like, oh my God, decision, right? And then we take that chance, thinking we're gonna get that quick bag, and you get popped, you mad at yourself for the rest of your life. Or something that you know what I mean? This is how simple it really is, man. It is just that simple. Just make a decision. Don't worry about how many things. Homie can call me everything out of the book. Square, lane, green, yellow belly, all of that. All of that. All of the fighting words you want to, right? But if I'm aware of trends, I can recognize the trends, and I make the right decision, and I know I make the right decision. How can what anybody else say to me affect me? If I know for sure that I'm not going to put myself in a situation to take it from my son or daughter. I'm not going to put myself in a situation to jail. I'm not going to put myself in a position to get addicted to something, to get beat up, robbed, lied to, stoked. You know what I mean? This is a whole lot bigger than some of us sometimes realize. It took me a lot of time to figure that out. I had to get away from all of the nonsense and noise. It's much more noise and nonsense than it is sense. And the noise and nonsense is what we have all been used to. You've been getting noise and nonsense from your community, their way, the way they know how to do it. Same as you. Same as you. Same as you. You know what I'm saying? You've been getting it. Didn't get it like me, but you got some stuff. You got some stuff that lays you good. I got some stuff that lays me good. But for the past 19 years, the stuff that I've been getting is the stuff that I have been sharing. I may be an ex-offender, but if I don't tell nobody I'm an ex-offender, they probably do not know.
That's right.
Nobody knows your secret but you. Right? And if those secrets that you know can harm somebody, repent and stop it. But those secrets that you have are just hurt because of something that you've done in the past. You are not what you've done.
Right.
You ain't what you've done. I lived for years being embarrassed about why I was there. Now I take the reason I was there. I take it with me on the road. It's a part of me. I can't escape it. It's a secret until I let it out of the bag. I went to prison for murder, 24 years. It was a murder that I saw, I witnessed, I helped cover. Okay? And I was proud of being from the streets. I wouldn't tell on the soul. Then, you wouldn't tell on the soul. Then, because that meant more to me in my life.
Wow.
Should I have gotten some time in my life? Yeah. Should I took everything? But I did it. I was part of it. You know? So I gotta do it. But I know I'm not what I've done. And I don't carry it with me every day. Only time I carry it with me is when I'm talking to individuals just like you. And I tell it, it is part of me. I'm not ashamed of it, and I will tell it to them all the time. Because if I can get through a thing and not be ashamed of it, what's yours? What is yours?
Procrastinate.
You said procrastinate.
Yes, it become procrastinating
Sister.
and being lazy.
Just listen.
It's interesting that you said procrastinate because the brother just woke me up to procrastinate. And I still got a lot of energy. right? Because I don't know everything. But I do stay plugged in. What I mean plugged in is like, just like me coming here unannounced, this is me plugging in. Staying in tune with myself, with my community, because you're part of my community. And it is my hope for my community to make it better. Along with you, alongside you. Y'all got a lot to offer. A whole lot to offer. Now, my question to you is, with the power that you know you have, what are you going to do? And so, all your, and we got a family right now, too. So you ain't got no reason to be a bad choice. I'm gonna stop right here. I love you. I'm glad you guys here. Give you guys yourselves around the phone. You know what I mean? And so stick with the course. And if you up to it, I'll be
You got questions? You got questions or comments you want for Adoniyah? Anybody got a comment or a question?
I made my adjustment inside. You know, I honestly did. I made my adjustment inside, and this is what I mean when I say I made it inside. Because coming outside, like, and now I have to actually put the work in. You know what I mean? But my adjustment was really made on the inside. And what I mean by that is this: I did not have a clue of how everything was going to work out for me out here, right? So nobody does, right? But I did know what I wasn't going to do. I knew that. I knew that I was going to do. And I stuck to not knowing what I know I was going to do. And I just hung in there. When I was broke, and I was dogs, I had to chase, and nobody didn't want to help me or whatever. When my pride got in the way, I always had help. Sometimes the pride gets in the way. And you don't want to ask nobody for no help because you don't want to seem like you're down. Right? But I'm plugged in. I'm plugged in the fire. So I knew where I can go. And I don't even have to go and ask for help. I can just go listen and just talk about what's going on with me. You know what happened? They'll see that I need help.
Wow.
Meetings are important. You got to get with people who are positive, like-minded, and want to do some things in life. They're the kind of people you got to plug up with. Not the ones who want to smoke out there. Or drink. But just talk about guys and girls all day. You got, your power is not intended for the other purpose. Your power is intended to serve the people that are around you. But that also includes. I had to learn that the hard way, man. And I had to stretch out for 24 years before I could put it to use. You know what I mean? So now here I am, 54 years old, and I'm just about to be ready to try to purchase my first house.
Give my hand.
Not saying that the boast, but I worked hard for this.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed away from the riffraff. You know what I'm saying? I've been home since 2018. I haven't been in the club.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't say that. I have, but some the ones that serve like the chicken wings and stuff like that. Yeah, I go in there and get
Like
some.
sports bars.
Yeah, like I go in there and get like the chicken wings with the beef ribs.
Play good music.
Yeah, but I don't go in there and order nothing from nobody. I don't even hang out there. Too much can go wrong. I've seen it already. Nobody ain't no question. I just feel this power in the room.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
don't let it. Look, don't give it to nobody.
Right.
Don't give it to nobody. That's what we do. We just give it.
Yeah.
Don't give it to nobody.
It's a slip up. It's slip up.
Yeah, and you don't even know. It's like.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have to be aware, to be alive.
Yeah. Come on, man. That's good.
I love you.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. You know, so the benefit of of having Pop inside prison is, and this is what Omar is struggling with, is so I was already training him inside. And the trick about doing time is to get free while you're still incarcerated. Let me say it to you again. The trick about doing time is to use the time to get yourself free while you're still physically locked up. So that all they're doing is removing that restraint. This right here is already done. And then I was ready when he came out. You get it? And what he's talking about is the Tuesday night meeting that we have. Even though I've been with Adoniyah now all them years, it don't seem like, he said 19 years. It don't seem like that.
Yeah.
But I'm so proud of those, and he'll be here tomorrow. It just stopped up. Another one of our original Pop guys who we've had 18, 17 years, you know, all this and that. And just trying to show you what can be done. JB, just trying to show you what can be done. It's not over. Man, I can't tell you enough about how proud I am of you, man. You know, and I appreciate you coming up and just sharing your heart with the community. Give them a big hand. So this is what we're gonna do. All right, go ahead.
That's the true meaning, the true definition of you take my eyesight, you take my freedom, you take everything, but you can't take my mind.
You can give it away.
Wow. And Adoniyah was a smart boy anyway, and that what we brought out of him was really already there. So, you know what I mean? So we don't have to have incarceration to bring out our best qualities. But when it happens, we got to make it work. Give him another hand. Give him a better hand than that. All right. Go ahead. Go. Right. Wow. Man, Adoniyah is doing some amazing stuff. Just talk a little bit about the Freedom Fund, what you have been doing these last few years with the Freedom Fund.
Okay, so in 2021, I joined the Minnesota Freedom Fund. Now, I had to be kind of incognito and secret scrolled about that because it's a Freedom Fund. We was posting bails around the city. We was posting cash bails. So I couldn't tell everybody that I was working for Minnesota Freedom Fund. You see me, you instantly think of cash bail. So I couldn't put myself out there like that. We've since pivoted, but what Minnesota Freedom Fund is, it's a nonprofit organization. In 2020, when George Floyd was murdered by Minneapolis police, we had an influx of cash coming to the organization just by word of mouth, you know. And it was just really intended to just post bails for those individuals who was out there protesting and got arrested for protesting. We were going to be posting. Somebody tweeted out, "Hey, we got protesters on the ground being arrested. They got bails worth $200-300. Can anybody help?" Floodgates opened up. Millions came in. So we had to take the organization and scale it. And when we scaled it, we put some rules on ourselves. We established a charter. We just established ourselves as a real professional organization. We went on about our business. As it was going on about our business, we realized that we were kind of feeding. Because when you post a bail, I post your bail. You don't go to court. That's called a forfeiture. If I post a $10,000 bail and you don't go to court, now warrant is out for your arrest again, and I lose that $10,000, and it goes into the state's coffer. A lot of individuals are doing just that, taking advantage. We're trying to help you. People take advantage, don't show up to court. We lose that money into the system. All right. So we figured we couldn't keep feeding the system that way. We had to figure out a better way. So we pivoted. This is where I come in. We have a lot of changes, and particularly with the laws here in Minnesota. Individuals who have felonies now got their voting rights back.
Right.
All right. What have we been doing with that? A lot of us don't even believe in voting. And that's only because we don't even understand that. Now you complaining about high prices, gas prices, you complaining about not having child care, you complaining about not having affordable housing, but you don't want to vote for nobody.